What's up, everyone? Welcome to Night Kids After Dark podcast for Monday, June 26, 2023. I'm your host, BTG Plays, alongside my co-host, Yano Nick. And we got a special guest with us today, huh, Yano? Who do we got with us? Going on. So, Shinku 101 is he is a part of the FGC, which is the fighting game community. Uh, and he's here to join us for the podcast with some stories and answer some questions. Uh, and you recently just came. I was with you on a local tournament at Xanadu a week ago. Uh, how'd you place in that? Okay, nice. And what is CEO for people that don't know?
All over the world to compete for prize monies and all kinds of things. And yeah, it was a good time.
And to be honest, you might have to start that over because you were actually muted for all that. And sorry about that, guys.
Awesome.
But yeah, but Shinku, yeah, he said he just came back from a CEO tournament in Daytona, Florida. That's the community after Orlando. And like you said, it's a convention for like fighting games and stuff. And there's
Yes.
more stuff to do.
Yeah, fighting games, and I think that really, which what makes CEO really unique compared to other majors or other fighting game tournaments, is that there's a wrestling ring, like literally within seconds of the convention. So if you want to say for example you think, oh, I'm really good at Tekken or whatever, then the finals is held in the wrestling ring and is held in this big arena, and it is just a
That is
awesome.
cool.
It's an
That is
awesome.
too cool.
It's an
So
awesome experience.
so they play the finals in the wrestling ring.
They play the final in a wrestling ring, and I think one of the coolest things that's also kind of a dream of mine, probably won't happen, but it's all good, is that you can choose your own wrestling entrance, however you want.
What?
You can do whatever you want, as long as nothing too derogatory or nothing too crazy. But yeah, you can go out there. So, for example, one guy he went out there, Arson Ash, he's the Tekken World Champion. He went out there and was just handing out arcade sticks in the box, which mind you, these arcade sticks are very expensive, and he was just handing them out like Santa Claus and Christmas Day.
Wow.
Here you go. And then you had other guys dancing and all kinds of cool stuff. And
Too cool.
they go up in there and they get in the wrestling ring, and they say, "Hey, let's play." It's for show, and it's also pretty cool. So
That is awesome.
yeah,
So I hope you're ready because what you're gonna do, you're gonna be going over the news stories with us because that's what we do here.
Sheesh.
And during we're gonna shotgun questions before and after every story. And today's stories include we're gonna go over everything that was at Nintendo's 40-minute direct. And if y'all didn't see it, oh man, it was a good one. Sony's not gonna share PlayStation 6 plans with Activision if Microsoft gets Activision Blizzard. Some Twitch news. E3 might be canceled for the next 2 years and more because this is Night Kids After Dark podcast where gamers discuss gamer things every Monday and Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern right here on twitch.tv/Team Night Kids. If you don't want to watch live, you can always watch later on Anchor or Spotify. All you got, or listen on podcast services by searching the 4 words Night Kids After Dark. And remember, if you like the show ad free, hit that sub button. It keeps us in business and keeps everybody off my back for doing this. No, but housekeeping. Uh, we won't have a show mid July. We'll be out the middle of July, like the 15th to like the 20th or something like that. I will be gone. Any housekeeping for you, you know?
Outside of the July 17th through the 20th, no podcast. I believe we're actually nope. Yeah, that's the only housekeeping that we have at the moment.
Okay. So before we get into the first news story, let's get the first question for Shinku out of the way. Pick one, you know?
Oh, this is a great one. Okay, so
Hit me. I'm ready.
all right, so Shinku, I am curious if you could bring back any one game to the competitive scene, which would it be?
Oh man, how are you gonna make me pick? That's too crazy. To the competitive scene, I don't know. I don't have an answer for that because like the community is so passionate about their games. Like, okay, my favorite fighting game of all time is probably Smash Melee. Still going strong, and that game is old as dirt. It's like 20, 30 years. I mean, at this point, it doesn't matter because there's always going to be a scene for it. So I don't really. I think honestly, all the games are just fine the way they are.
But I think the question is, which one would you bring back personally?
Capcom versus SNK 2. You wouldn't bring back Marvel versus Capcom 2. Yeah.
Because I feel like after a while, we just kind of have to move on. And I think discovering new games is always better and it brings in a wider audience. When a new player wants to play, an old CVS2 Capcom versus SNK2 or Street Fighter Alpha, they're gonna get floored.
Yeah, you're behind the curve by so much.
By these veterans, like one player that you guys know, Jay Leo, he was like, I'm gonna see if I can get good at Street Fighter Third Strike. Has a very strong online scene. Got floored. Probably didn't win a single game, and it's just not fair. So I don't.
A dinosaur that.
Are we back? Are we back? I think we're back.
Yes.
All right. Okay, so streaming problems. Now I got editing problems on the back end. All right. So for our first news story, this is we're pretty much gonna talk about the Nintendo Direct. All right, so this comes from Kotaku. Everything at Nintendo's 40-minute Direct for 2023's big Switch games. Did any of you guys get a chance to watch this Direct at all, actually?
No, I didn't see that right, but I did see the highlights.
Okay, good.
No. Yeah.
All right, so for one of the first things, Pokemon DLC, The Hidden Treasure of Area Zero, Pokemon Scarlet Violet, cool, whatever. Like, if you like Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, looks like a pretty interesting update. But you also had Sonic Superstars. We talked about this game last week. It has co-op, looks freaking great. Side-scrolling 3D Sonic just looks amazing. So we had that. If you haven't seen
Superstars.
We could take a look at it.
It reminds me a lot of Mario. What's that game called? The one where you're playing 4 players together.
Side-scrolling game, Sonic Superstars. 12 brand new zones await. Speed through beautiful worlds as Sonic.
In my opinion, I felt like Sega kind of dropped the ball with that open
Take to the skies as Tails.
But I hope this one.
Scale walls.
So that's interesting that you say that, because I guess that it's actually Sonic's birthday 30th birthday was like yesterday.
Oh wow!
So the Happy Birthday DLC for Sonic Frontiers actually came out.
You can summon a storm of
My opinion, they should just stick to the side
uncover hidden secrets.
When they kind of go out that
much
dimension,
more.
It's like hit or miss with them.
Well, so that's always been Sonic's story. You got good games and you got bad games.
That's pretty true.
With Sonic Frontiers, I did enjoy it. I thought if this is the direction that they're going in, if they're able to like really maximize its potential, it'll be really good. But I had a good time with it.
Okay.
Does Sonic have a limited life?
Does he have a limited life? What do you mean?
Yeah, Mario seems to be endless. Does Sonic seem to have that same kind of endless, or is it always going to be a side scroller, or because the 3D space is a hit or a miss sometimes?
I feel like Sonic is more about his swag. Like, people just like Sonic because it's Sonic. If Sonic was strictly based off his games, he would have been dead a long time ago.
It's true.
So I think it's really Sonic was just one of those characters that stuck with people throughout history.
I think the movies really helped too.
Oh yeah, and then of course the movie just really brought him back to life. If he was gonna go anywhere, the movie really
just
brought
throw
him
some
back.
teeth on him.
Yeah, put Jim Carrey in it. You'll sell $1 million.
Exactly. You got Palia, chill free to play game that's coming out on Nintendo Switch. Persona 5 Tactica. Are any of y'all Persona fans?
Not I like the music though.
Yeah, that.
I did play Persona 5. It was pretty fun.
Okay, so that's coming on Switch, the Tactica one. Myth Force. I didn't even remember seeing this on the direct. But then you got Splatoon 3 Splatfest. They talked about Splatfest for Splatoon 3. That's great. Detective Pikachu returns. Was there a first Detective Pikachu game?
It was on the
was.
DS, I believe,
There
or
was, yes.
3DS.
So if
was a
you
long
guys
time.
missed this, take a look. Like Claim said, Sonic 2 is the best live action video game movie.
The best.
It is very good. It is.
It is very good.
Playing this day, the start of Pokemon Friendship Week.
Tim Goodman. Pikachu.
So in the
Are the
last
duo.
Pikachu detective game, did he talk?
A key part of detective
Yes,
Quit goofing off and investigate.
that's why in the movie he was talking.
work. So much for my coffee. Something tells me
Voiced
this
by
is
Ryan
just the
Reynolds.
beginning.
That was a good movie too.
A light roast today, huh?
Now I didn't play it, so
There is something the two of you must know.
You too. Based on our deductions, the culprit is clear, isn't it?
oh Mewtwo.
Brilliant. The name's Pikachu, and I'm what you might call a great detective.
It's Pikachu. That is hilarious.
He's got a deep voice.
He does. It's like, bro, he done grown up.
True. We gotta solve some mysteries.
So did you guys play the first one at all?
I did not.
No, unfortunately. Not.
See, this makes me want to play it because I had no idea about the first one. Because actually, like 3DS days, I was like, 3DS was great. I don't take nothing away from it. It was just so many games on that thing. I was like, all right, I can't keep up with all these games.
Yeah.
But the big reveal that I'm super excited for is Super Mario RPG.
That stood out to me. That was all over my Twitter and social media for sure. I'm gonna play that.
Did you play the first one?
I did not.
The greatest RPGs of all time, I promise you. And before I get started on this video, the best thing about this is they didn't change anything about the game. It looks exactly the same, just not graphically. So it looks if they kept it the same and it's just graphically enhanced, I'm gonna be more than happy with this.
My gripe about the old one, I didn't like the graphics. It wasn't my cup of tea. But this one was
I mean,
cool.
it was on Super NES. I mean, those are good
true.
graphics for Super NES if you think about it.
Amazing graphics.
But no, yeah, I originally played it on Super NES.
Oh wow, look at that.
That's the original graphics right there.
And now it just looks freaking spectacular.
Looks like the movie.
I know, like it looks so smooth. Like, how did they do that?
Little Mario, so stubby.
Oh, this game's gonna do so well. I can
Yeah,
tell,
I'm gonna have to buy this.
especially for the Switch. Like,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so this game's already out for pre-order. If you want it, you can pre-order. It's hard to find the hard copies, and I want a hard copy of this game.
oh really? It's hard to get your hands on the hard copy.
Yeah, they're already doing pre-orders for the hard copies.
What? Oh,
Wow, that's nuts.
why am I surprised by that?
There's no reason to be. And it's kind of interesting because we had talked about this a few months ago. I was like, I don't know if Switch is going anywhere because they got so many games that they could just bring back. And I thought they would just bring back Super Mario RPG, the original. No,
Literally, shut up and take my money.
literally.
Okay,
No.
all right, I guess I'm getting this.
Oh man, look! So a lot of the people who were like, "Bring Gino back for Smash."
Yeah, we wanted Gino for Smash for so long. I wanted him so bad. But we're getting him back this way.
Wow.
Black Flame says they need to bring back Twilight Princess and Wind Waker already. Believe me, that is coming. It will be coming.
Play Breath of the Wild first and then come back to us.
I don't talk about rumors often because, you know, they're rumors, but there's a possibility that the GameCube will be coming, the emulator will be coming to the Switch. Now, if that happens, are we going to get Twilight Princess on there, or are we going to get that when the Wii finally emulator comes out?
I don't see it happening.
Ever?
To be I don't know.
I don't know. It's.
So you were saying, are we going to get the GameCube version or the Wii U version?
Correct, because you know you could use the nunchucks with the Wii U version. I mean the Wii version.
You know what? If knowing Nintendo, if they are going to capitalize on it, they're coming out with the Wii U version. Because I think when it came out originally on the Wii U or the Wii, it came out on both, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think it came out
And
on
the
both.
GameCube.
They were trying to do something with that, which was fun, but it kind of got tedious. You're talking about bringing back that same mechanic, but with Joy-Cons that work amazingly. They're going to take advantage.
Oh, Shinku saying no.
I'm not saying no to that. I'm just shaking my head thinking about playing Joy-Con games.
Hey, Joy-Cons are so great.
I'm good. I'll just go with. I'm happy with this.
But that was the
format.
That was the great thing about Twilight Princess. You could do it both ways,
That's very true.
and it felt great both ways actually.
Mm.
And then they had. I was not expecting this. A new Princess Peach game. Quick teaser. They didn't say nothing about it. They just showed
I
it.
didn't know that.
Exactly. So let's.
Yeah.
Look. It's like a 10-second teaser, bro. I was hyped. I was like, Princess Peach is getting her own game. We have no idea what it's about.
What the heck is she doing?
This will be her first game or second game?
That's right. Princess Peach will star as the main character in a brand new game. When she steps on this particular spot on stage,
Huh?
My guess
Whoa.
is this is like an add-on.
What
to
on earth is
a
happening?
game, like a side.
that's all we'll show for now. We'll share more details at a later date.
So do you think this is an add-on?
Yeah, like it kind of maybe it's like a like a bonus level or something to do.
No, they said that this is a full-blown game.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's her own game.
Okay.
So, yeah, they said they'll reveal more later. But all we know is that she gets a new suit, a new dress.
It's kind of cool.
And then, of course, they announced Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon.
What? A new
Yep.
Luigi's Mansion?
It's not new. Or is it new?
Oh.
Wait, is this new? No, this is the 3DS one. So this is the 3DS title, Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon. Yeah, this one was good.
But I didn't have a 3DS anymore, so yeah,
That's probably why they made this one.
yeah.
Yeah, I feel like Luigi Mansion is such a good series that they're trying to take advantage of those who did miss it because it is a really good series.
It really is.
Yeah.
Fun
Oh,
fact,
go ahead.
Princess Peach did have her own game on the 3DS called Super Prince. Sorry, let me pronounce this correctly. Super. What? Oh, here we go.
Super what?
Super Princess Peach. That's the game on the 3DS.
Really?
I've never seen this before.
Hold on. Now I gotta go look.
I
I gotta go look.
to throw us off. Oh, not on the 3DS, on the DS.
Super Princess Peach
On the DS.
on the DS.
Yes.
And it got a 7.8 out of 10 and a 4.5 out of 5. 94% of people like this game. Interesting.
Shinku, do you see yourself ever picking up a Princess Peach game? I'm just curious.
No, but no. I'm open-minded, but no. I don't see myself playing it.
I'm curious what it would be like, because if it's like Mario, I could see myself playing.
This looks like a Mario platformer.
It really does. Wow. And she uses her umbrella.
Except she has hearts. Like
Oh, wow.
Zelda.
Yeah. It looks good compared
I mean,
to...
for DS, this looks
yeah,
real
for
good,
sure.
actually. All right, okay. Back to the
Learn
story.
something new today.
We get the idea.
So
All
this
right.
would be the second game they have.
And they also made an announcement. The Batman Arkham trilogy is also coming to the Switch. Complete with all DLC packages are coming to Nintendo Switch. Hopefully Arkham Knight won't melt our consoles. These are some excellent modern superhero games, and they're expected to hit Nintendo consoles this fall.
You gotta pick up your Joy-Con to punch your.
Nah, I doubt
And throw
that.
your
But
batarang.
Yeah,
but I feel like the fact that they're giving you all 3 games, like it's
That's
pretty
It is
pretty
cool.
dope.
That is cool.
Yeah. And then we got Gloomhaven that's coming out September 18th on Switch. Just Dance 2024. Not gonna lie, I hate Just Dance. I'm sorry.
What?
Really, I like Just Dance games.
Really?
What do you?
And I'll tell you why. So DDR, and I'm older, I can't do DDR anymore, but I still kind of had that, that drive to play a dancing game. And I got into Just Dance on 360 because the games were super cheap, and it's fun as hell. And I got on my PS5 and PS4.
Really?
Games are fun.
I wasn't expecting that. Well, shoot.
I can't do DDR anymore, but this is the next step.
Since you guys are fans, we'll take a look.
Oh,
Okay.
the fact that you can play with your phone now and you don't have to have as many, use a Joy-Con helps.
It's a good exercise. It's actually, especially when you got a group of people, friends with family, So, interesting story. My family, after we had our big Thanksgiving meal, we're all just like so stuffed and lazy. They going to Just Dance, and I had my nieces, my brother, just
It's a great bring everyone together kind of thing.
exactly. They have all the top hits, and that's
No, they do have a good music. I'll give you that.
yeah. I discovered a good soundtrack with Just Dance.
And then world mode is great. Like you get to play against other people around the world and stuff. That's
I think what makes me not like it is that it's like so forgiving. And I feel like, oh, I'm not really doing the moves. I'm just like putting my
just
hands
got
in the right
time
place.
in
Yeah.
Picking the action
Yeah.
on the TV.
I think that's my problem with it. But for good fun, it is good fun. I will agree to that for sure.
All right.
But yeah, Just Dance 2024 edition. You got your Flowers by Miley Cyrus, Bad Bunny's on there, Blackpink, Whitney Houston, and more.
Yano did tell me he's a Bad Bunny fan, so
man, I would get in there.
Yo, Bad Bunny got some bangers, bro. Don't
Yeah, for
sleep
real.
on Bad Bunny's music. Silent Hope. This comes out. This is a very pretty looking action RPG. Features fate-bound characters who must venture out to do battle or promises ever-changing dungeons, which sounds like a wonderful invitation to grind should the combat feel satisfying enough. I actually didn't see this one. Let me take a look.
Is it an RPG?
A silent
Yes.
hope lies in a world without
Like a
words.
traditional turn-based RPG.
One day,
just look at the
a
cover
once
and be like, this is
peaceful
definitely
realm
an
was silenced
Yeah.
by its king. Now, 7 wordless warriors will
Oh, actually, I do remember seeing
in
this.
this action
Wow, it's so
RPG.
tiny.
These heroes
Chibi
bound by
characters.
fate
Yeah.
must work together to explore the abyss and find the secluded king. However, with its ever-changing dungeons and powerful foes, conquering the abyss will be no easy feat.
Ooh, I like
Wield
this
weapons like
style of play.
swords, bows, magic.
So it looks like RPG, like dungeon crawler.
This
Mm-hmm.
deadly chasm. After you return to base, materials you've collected will help you cultivate resources and forge new items. Repeated forays into the abyss will enable you to grow stronger.
Oh, so it's resource management as well and crafting.
Can you hear me?
Your guide on this journey is the kingdom's sorrowful princess, encased in a crystal of her own tears. And through a mysterious power, her voice reverberates in the hearts of the silent warriors. Why did the king steal the world's words? And what awaits the warriors in the depths of the abyss? Silent Hope dives onto Nintendo Switch October 3rd.
Very cool. All right. So, next story or thing is Fae Farm. We've already looked at that plenty of times. Hot Wheels Unleashed 2 looks like a great game. Manic Mechanics, Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope DLC is another one that's coming out. The Mario Rabbids games are awesome. If you
Yeah.
haven't played them, try it out.
For real.
Yeah. You got Dragon Quest Monsters, The Dark Prince. This game actually looked really good when they showed it, and it comes out December 1st, 2023. If you're a Dragon Quest fan, looks like a one to pick up. Of course, they announced Pikmin 4, and then they showed Pikmin 4. There's new Pikmins, Glow Pikmins, and they're also bringing the remasters of Pikmin 1 and 2. So if you missed those, you get another chance.
Oh wow.
Metal Gear Solid Master Collection Volume 1. So they're bringing Metal Gear Solid 2, and Metal Gear Solid 3 to the Nintendo Switch.
Apparently, these
I
are
want to play 1. I would love to play 1 again. Oh my god.
this trilogy or the Master Collection Pack is also apparently coming out to the other consoles as well. So that's something to keep in mind.
Yeah. Man.
Yep. So that comes out October 24th, 2023. Vampire Survivors. Then you got Bangers, Rhythm Royale. That looked like an interesting, fun game. Penny's Big Breakaway. This is a new IP from Nintendo. Actually looks pretty interesting. We'll see. Yeah.
Another Mario Kart 8. Oh,
Look, Mario Kart 8 is Mario Kart Infinity Deluxe.
Wow.
Boost Course Pass Wave 5. So, they brought Kamek is coming, or Comic. He's coming to the series. And yeah, Wiggler's coming, Comic.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, that's kind of cool.
And then one of the biggest, oh my god, stories. Star Ocean, the second story remake is coming to the Switch and other consoles as well. If you haven't played Star Ocean, it's a RPG. They've had multiple of them. This is the second one, and it's the best one out of all of them. This is the only Star Ocean that we haven't got a remake of, and I know they did that because it's the best one. So finally, we're getting Star Ocean Second Story remake.
RPGs coming out.
Yep.
Yeah.
Got WarioWare, new Move It game.
I love
that looks cool.
I love me some WarioWare. I love me some Wario.
Yeah, so WarioWare Move It features motion controlled mini games galore. At least it will get me off the couch. It also features local co-op with up to 4 players in this party mode. And then you got Nintendo Live Seattle and Tears of the Kingdom amiibos. Oh man, there was so much at Nintendo.
Yeah.
And their other thing, we're getting another Super Mario Bros. IP. It's called Super Mario Bros. Wonder, and it looks pretty fantastic.
Oh, this is what the one I was referring to. I just got hit with an ad.
Onward and upward.
See what I mean when I say it reminds me of the new Sonic where you get to play with your friends?
Yeah, this one looks amazing.
It does. The thing about Mario games are they're just good fun. It tests your skills at platforming. It helps build hand and eye coordination and all of that, motor skills and all that.
Yo, this looks crazy. I didn't even watch all of this last time. It just looks
Fun.
Yeah, it looks fun as hell.
What in the world? What was that, Mario? I was not expecting that. Look at the sheep.
Oh, Luigi. Oh, you can play as Peach too?
Yeah, that's
And Toad?
Yup.
And Daisy?
I just like the expression. Terrified.
Oh wow. I like the new colors and concepts.
Yeah. It's like it's a dream. It's like Mario sequel.
Ooh, you're right actually.
This game is so aesthetically pleasing.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of reminds me of like the Kirby, worlds and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
2023.
Wow, that's October.
Oh, and then
Wowie zowie! That Goomba looks so
Oh my god!
So you get to turn into an elephant.
why do you have
He flexed.
why do you have elephant? Now they gotta. Can you imagine? Now they gotta make a new Smash where you could turn into Elephant Mario, bro.
That's especially just an elephant.
Okay, so that concludes the first story of tonight. So let's go on to the next question for Shinku, because I understand you got to get out of here in about 40 minutes.
I gotta give you a burrito. It's been a minute. Florida
I
only
got
has so
you.
much to offer.
So what was the last question you asked? What game would he bring back?
Correct.
Okay, I would say, what is... Okay, let's do a plug. We could do a plug for your sponsor, to be honest. How long have you been with your current sponsorship, and how has your role changed over the years?
So I got with THD, the Hero Group, when I started going to locals, and I started actually winning my local. I had a little rivalry with a couple of players, but I was hungry. I didn't really like Street Fighter V, but I love the character Urian. Urian, if people don't know who Urian is, he's this tall, a-hole-ish business suit guy. I mean, that's just and he's a jerk, but he's so fun to play. And I was just driven to at least win one of my local, and I must have won. Gosh, I won maybe 4. I can't even count how many I won, honestly. And not to brag, but like I won Cave, Xanadu, and I was really close to winning it out of my first Evo pools, but I didn't. Anywho, trying to get a little off track. I've been with THD probably since the middle of Street Fighter V, so I'd say it's been about 4 to 5 years now. And I'm sorry, what was the second question you asked me?
How has your role changed over the years with your sponsor?
It definitely motivates me more to go to tournaments and go to bigger tournaments outside my local. Some people, they just kind of stay within the DMV, or they stay online and they don't really go to other, the big leagues, basically, like for example CEO and Evo. With THG, pretty much hooking me up and sponsoring me. It makes traveling and housing and just food expenses, just so many things much easier with THG, and I am very, very grateful to be with them. Towards the last few years of Street Fighter V, I was tired and just completely sick of the game. I was burnt out. I need to break. THG was like, "Cool, just come back when you're ready." And Street Fighter 6 came out. I'm ready to play. And they're like, "Hey, now that you're back, do you want to go to this?" They're very flexible, and they definitely motivate me to play the game more and do better and travel and do things like this podcast.
I think
cool.
I think that's really important, like, because I know, like, with a lot of sponsorships, people start to feel the burn, like they like get burnt out because they got to do. A lot of sponsors, you're forced to go do stuff.
I know.
Yeah.
What if I just don't want it? I just want to watch HBO and just chill at home.
Right. We're all human. Like, right.
She's cool with that. Hey, man, you want to take a break for a year? It's totally fine. And they're really flexible. And I think it's awesome about that. So
that's
Are there
awesome.
sponsors like that? Do you know?
no, I don't want to put them on blast, but I talk with other players, and there was this one sponsorship where they's like, you need to make top 8 at every single major.
Oh, wow.
Or, you need to give us your winnings. You want your winnings, you only get a small cut. I don't want to. I know 2 off the top of my head. From
Don't put them out there. Yeah.
No, I won't. But I'm not gonna say their names. But they were very unprofessional, and they would just take your prize money. Can you imagine winning first place at 5 tournaments and they just take all your money? Or another one saying you have to make top 8. You know how hard it is to consistently make top 8.
Yeah.
Because you got your entire the world players coming in. No, you can't. It's unlikely to do that. So.
Wow.
All right, Yano, hit him with another question.
I got you. So I've known you for quite some time. And I'm curious as to what are some of the things how do you deal with, like, the pressure or anxiety of the competitive scene?
That's actually a very good question. I actually had a talk with this about my girlfriend a couple weeks ago. I was feeling very, very heavily anxiety going to my local. This is just a local, and I was just because I know I'm capable of winning. And sometimes because of that, it gets in my own head, and I start to feel anxious like you would not believe. And it's a mixture of excitement, not so much depression, but just eagerness, And I know I can win, and then when you don't live up to it, so I was feeling like almost shortness of breath and just all these crazy things about it. To dealing with it, you just got to breathe and just take a step back and just try not to take it too seriously. For some people, this is their main source of income, but for me, I just got to remember this is just for fun. And just have fun with it and just take it one step at a time. Breathing, drink a lot of water, meditate, get plenty of sleep, things like that. Do things you enjoy outside of the game and then get back in there into the ring.
Oh, that's really good advice.
Mm-hmm.
Peace. Next news story. No, for real, that was a really good answer. I'm glad you put that up because a lot of people do not think about that.
Yeah. When I won this one, when I woke up to go to it, this tournament right here, the Xanadu Live and Let Die, dude, I was anxious like you would not believe. It was like, I know I can win this tournament, and I won. But man, the feeling of anxiety I got, like just on the way there was killing me.
Wow.
Tony was like, just calm down. You got this. I'm like, thanks, Tone. Thanks, Crimson Comment. Thanks for that pep talk. It's like, you got this.
That's exactly probably how you.
Shout out to the Crimson Comet though. They people like that, and these guys. BTG actually helped me win a local because I got my butt kicked, and I was like, I don't know what to do, and he said, hey, just do this. It's like, oh, okay, and I did, and I won.
Wow,
cool.
That's crazy. Cool. I fucking suck at these games, but I can see it. Like I can see what's happening, but I just suck at doing it. I can't execute.
When you're playing it, you got that tunnel vision, and you're focused on one thing. You don't see everything. Mm-hmm. He's like, he's just doing this. Do this. I was like, oh, and I 6-0'd him in grand finals. He wasn't happy about that, but
hey, that brings up another good question. But I'm curious. I'll make it quick. Is coaching allowed? Let's say you have someone able to feed you.
That's actually a very good question. At one point during the Street Fighter 4 days, it was ridiculous to how coaching was. Everyone was coaching everyone on everything. It was insane. It was getting a little out of control. You had a coach to a coach to a coach. You had a top player, had like 5 people. Then you got this newcomer from like Japan. He ain't got nobody. Then he's going to coach him. And it just got ridiculous. And the next thing you know, it's 30 minutes. They hadn't even started yet. Coaching is kind of sort of allowed, but it's not as heavily as it used to be. When I was at a Red Bull tournament in Philly a couple of years back, I was losing to this one guy, Lud, my teammate, Ludovic. He coached me through a text message. He's like, Shinku, look at your phone. Okay, he's doing this. Okay, got it. So that's a way of coaching too. And everyone ever kind of coaches everyone just in portions. Have you ever told a kid that he's? No, I don't. No.
Have you ever told a kid they suck?
I'm a very, very nice person when it comes to tournaments. Like, hey man, good games. And I smile because you don't know what their mental state is and what can happen to them. Only person I'm really mean to because he complains about the game is a certain Night Kids player who I will not mention. But he deserves it every time, and I will never stop making fun of him about that. But yeah.
So
thanks for the question.
I think I hear what you're saying about the coaching, but I do think coaching. I think coaching's a great thing. But yeah, when it goes overboard, it does get out of hand. But if your team's there, that's what your team's there for, to support you.
Very true, but you don't need 5 people.
No, I agree. No, I agree. I agree.
It's ridiculous. Yeah.
When it starts holding up the tournament, it's a problem.
Yeah, it was getting too much. Like people just want to see people play. They don't want to see this and this and this and that. Just come on.
All right,
honestly, I think it should just be a battle of mano.
That's true. Yeah. So let's go to the next news story. So Sony, this comes from IGN, Ryan Dinsdale. Sony won't share PlayStation 6 plans with Activision if Microsoft deal goes through. Sony has said it won't share plans for the PlayStation 6 with Activision Blizzard if Microsoft's $68.7 billion acquisition of the company goes through. As reported by Eurogamer, PlayStation CEO Jim Ryan told the U.S. Federal Trade Commission, which is currently battling against Microsoft's deal in court, that it couldn't give immensely sensitive information about its next console to a company owned by Xbox. Sony simply could not run the risk of a company that was owned by a direct competitor having access to that information, Ryan said. Raising concerns its game development process would be interrupted as it could no longer share confidential details about its next console. While Sony won't publicly announce the PS6 until around a year or so before its launch, it has discussions and shares hardware and developers ahead of time so they can prepare games for the new system. This allows for the likes of Call of Duty to appear as a launch title through Sony. Though Sony is suggesting here that Microsoft deal going through could prevent this for its next console. It would also allow, Ryan said, for the likes of Call of Duty to be optimized for Xbox during this additional stint of development time. Ryan's comments highlight an issue with Activision Blizzard deal not previously discussed and perhaps one not satisfied by Microsoft offering PlayStation a 10-year deal to ensure it retains Call of Duty. Xbox will presumably have to deal with the same issue when the new console generation comes along, of course, as Sony owns the likes of San Diego Studio and Bungie, who developed MLB The Show and Destiny franchises respectively, both of which are multi-platform. Several more stories around the deal are likely to emerge this week as Microsoft and the FTC battle in court as the latter attempts to impose a preliminary injunction on Microsoft and Activision. All right, so this is a story that's not really a story. It's Sony pretty much being like, hey, we're trying to find another reason for this deal not to go through because they don't want to lose Call of Duty. And it makes sense.
Yeah.
But come on, I don't want to share details of my console with you because you own them. Bro, this has been going on for years. Like
years.
Decades, not
decades. Yeah, decades. Even if you're getting a game from a third party, you think somebody's not saying, well, you know, on the Xbox we can do this, and on the PlayStation we can do this. Like anything that information,
you can do, I can do better.
Right?
Anything you can do, I can do better. No, you can't. Yes, I can.
Oh yeah, it's ridiculous. All right, yeah. So that story. I mean, any thoughts on that before I move on?
Not for me.
I'm not even thinking of the PS6 right now. I'm still, you know, on the PS5.
Yeah, I'm about to say we barely got the PS5 out the door.
Right.
So
that's over my head. Yeah.
So let me hit you with another question. Oh, so this question is actually from Ricky G. This is specifically for Street Fighter 6.
Oh, Lord.
How do you feel about modern versus regular controls?
That is the kicker.
So modern versus classic.
Smokes. Holy smokes. Wow. I got a buddy of mine who swears, he's a Smash player, swears modern is the future of competitive gaming. Swears. They're like, no, it's not. Okay. And we have this argument almost every day. He's on all the Street Fighter forums saying modern this, modern that. He's literally got an M on his head like Macho Vegeta. No. How do I feel about it? So after playing Street Fighter 6, you are limited to certain things with modern controls. You don't have everything, all the tools at your disposal. And I feel that as a game we play at a certain level, at high level, you need all your tools for the right situation.
Crimson Comet said modern is where it's at.
Well, that's his opinion. He's probably just trolling. As far as modern versus classic, I mean, you just look at the tournament that just happened yesterday. All 120 people all had classic. Maybe like 2 or 3 had modern. Come on, you know, classic is just going to be for right now. I say classic is where it's at until proven otherwise.
Did any of those modern players place?
No.
Great question.
The only person I knew was Corey Bell. He's a Yankee player. I think he's from Florida, but he played modern control, and he got maybe 120 out of 1,000. So, yeah, as far as like top 16, top 60, or top 8 even, nah, you ain't going to see modern. I don't think.
Where did you place, if you don't mind me asking? You don't got to tell me.
I drowned. The heavy hitter was Dual Kevin. He's actually a pretty well-known player. He was very close. I had him stressed out, but he beat me. Then I got sent to losers, and then I fought a Dawson player, I believe from Puerto Rico. And Street Fighter 6 being a new game, I'm not familiar with the Ryu Dawson matchup quite yet. I know in Street Fighter 5 because I played Urian. I know how to fight Dawson, but I don't know in Street Fighter 6. So I told the dude, like, man, I was not ready to fight you, Dawson. He's like, yeah, I think I'm the only Dawson here, and I think he was too. So,
oh wow,
yeah, I got my butt kicked, but you know, it's all good. So.
Do you feel like you learned something from the?
Oh my god, I played not just that. I played so many strong players from all over. It was really cool. I played this guy from Japan who played Kimberly. Ridiculous. Absolutely, he was so ridiculous, and I played so many other players, and it was just really cool. Even if you're good or bad, the so-called okay players, you get a hang of their style to the good players, and you just the more people you play and you get a hang of their style, I feel like the better you get. Because if you go into a person who plays whatever style, you're going to be prepared for it. So yeah, I say I leveled up and I learned a lot of things.
So I do have a question. So a lot of the times I see esports all over, esports popping up, you know, people playing you know, a lot of first person shooters, PUBG and
League of Legends.
Yes. tons of esports everywhere, but the FGC specifically, I don't feel as though gets a lot of that recognition or consideration,
unless it's Evo.
That's actually
unless
very
it's
good.
Evo.
That's a very, very good point, because the prize money for FTC, as it's been for the last 5 to 10 years, has not been up to par compared to League of Legends.
Why do you think that is?
Honestly, I don't know. Maybe just my guess. Maybe these companies just don't want to dip their fingers into FGC. They want to dip, And like Crimson comment, he knows, because team games are where it's at. Counter-Strike, Halo, first-person shooters, Call of Duty, League of Legends. It's all team-based, right? FGC for the most part is usually 1v1. So when you have a team-based game, maybe that's why these companies want to sponsor it. As of now, for the first time ever, the Street Fighter 6 has a prize money of $2 million come next year. First place is $1 million. Hell, fourth place is like $500,000. So if you get fourth or fifth or whatever, you're set for a pretty good chunk of change, and that's absolutely bonkers, because you have so many players from Pokemon, Fortnite, Minecraft, all but like, I'm gonna pick up Street Fighter 6 and get that $1 million.
It's a lot of money.
It's crazy right now, and this is the first time anything like that has ever happened.
That's crazy. That is crazy.
That's insane. Launch day, $10,000 prize money for DreamHack, and that's just not even the tip of the iceberg of these other tournaments, like Red Bull or Chipotle sponsoring these tournaments for thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. Freaking crazy.
Wow. Well, Night Kids is going to have a Street Fighter FGC tournament. First place prize is a burrito from Chipotle.
$30 gift card from Target, 1 week expiration date.
Nah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
All right. Next news story. This is a Twitch story. So Twitch labels hope, this comes from Destructoid by Chris Moyse. New Twitch labels hope to better classify mature content. Parental advisory explicit content. Twitch is adopting a new range of labels and tags in which it hopes creators can better classify mature content on their respective channels. The new tags, which are live on the platform right now, are the latest step in companies' efforts to improve community safety on the popular streaming service. Initially, the site had a catch-all mature content label, but the new tags hope to be a little more specific as to what audience members can expect when visiting one of the site's millions of channels. The new labels are mature rated games, sexual themes, drugs, intoxication, and excessive tobacco use, violent and graphic depictions, significantly profanity and vulgarity, gambling. Sounds like Grand Theft Auto. While the mature labels warn Twitch viewers of channel's content, they are not a replacement nor a get out of jail free card. For anyone breaking the site's community guidelines, which remain unaltered at the time of writing, streamers may receive warnings for failing to accurately label their content, with potential blocks for repeat offenders. That said, Twitch also notes that a streamer will not be auto-suspended for mislabeling their channel. You can check out the full details on the new labeling system on Twitch. Crazy.
Viewer is advised.
I think it's good to have these labels, because before you would see someone smoking or marijuana on their channel, and you're just like, oh my gosh, is that okay? Or drinking, or if somebody would do a bathtub stream, you're wondering what's going on. Like, is this okay? Can I do that?
Yeah. It's like the meme with like Mr. Burns and Smithers. This looks like Twitch. I'm like, oh god.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, that story is what it is. That's more of an informative story for the streamers. Make sure you guys put your labels on. We ain't got our labels on, so we'll probably get banned soon too.
Apparently that's video game related, I guess.
Yeah. All right, so next news story. So we just got ended with Summer Game Fest, and everybody's talking about how Summer Game Fest is the replacement for E3 now. E3 2024 and 2025 canceled according to Los Angeles Tourism Board. ESA says no final decision yet. So E3 2024-2025 have been canceled according to Los Angeles Board of Commissioners. At a meeting on June 1st, 2023, the board presented a packet with updated information surrounding tourism business in Los Angeles. On page 21, there's a chart that shows city's convention sales for the fiscal year of 2022-2023. Under the heading Booked Room Nights Produced, there's an asterisk that notes includes E3 cancellations for 2024 and 2025 at the bottom right. In a statement to Axios reporter Stephen Totillo, an ESA representative said that E3's 2024's fate is still to be determined. ESA is currently in conversation with ESA members and other stakeholders about E3 2024 and beyond, and no final decisions about the events have been made at this time. E3 2023 was canceled earlier this year, and ESA didn't confirm whether the event would be returning in the following years. 2024 and 2025 were scheduled for June 11th and 3, respectively. It's unclear whether they will ultimately go through as planned or if they will move to another city entirely. Of course, this doesn't mean that E3 is gone permanently. However, with a showcase like Summer Game Fest and big players like Ubisoft, Tencent, and Sega who elected to skip E3 2023, the future for the event looks bleak. What do you guys think?
I think. Oh, go ahead, Shinku. I'm curious.
Yeah, that's your field. You know, you're more passionate than I am. Let me.
So here's my thought process. I feel as though E3 is not done unless they want to call it quits. They have a big name behind it, and yes, Sony, Nintendo, Microsoft, or just about every year pull out. The other what's it called? Companies also are saying that they're leaving as well. So what do we have left? I think there's an opportunity for indie games and indie companies to come in and really step up, especially since right now the problem with E3 was that there were a lot of guidelines and rules that were blocking these big names and saying, hey, we're just going to do our own thing. Well, if that's the case, then this gives the smaller companies or the indie companies opportunity to get in, get recognized. And there are people, i.e. me and this podcast and our listeners, who will listen and check out and see what's going on with these games. So I don't think E3 is done unless they say they're done.
I think the problem with E3 coming back is E3 doesn't have a space, or the space that E3 used to occupy no longer exists. So now everything is streaming. It can be viewed online. To think about the convenience, think about E3. Having all of these companies go to one location to present, having people fly over there for this event, people who want to view this stuff going to the event. I think the world has just realized that it's a lot easier just to do it the streaming way. And unless E3 finds a space to occupy and can offer something for these companies and like a reason for them to come, like the streaming thing is pretty much being taken over by Summer Game Fest. Like, yeah, they just need to find a space to occupy, and then moving to a new city might help, because if they do it as a tour, I think that could possibly help. Ooh. Because think about, this year E3's in DC. Why would I not go to E3?
I would love to go to E3.
You'll be able to get the people from local cities who've always wanted to go to these events, but of course you got to get the backing of companies to come there. But like I said, if they change what they are and what you can expect from E3, I think that's what will help them. But if we're expecting like the big three, I don't think you're ever gonna get that at E3 again.
E3 is usually held in California, right?
Yeah, it's been held in LA for a long time. Like years ago, in like 2007, it was in Santa Monica.
Right.
In 1995, it was in Atlanta. Like,
holy crap!
It's been around for a long time, but it really didn't pick up steam until like after 2005. After 2005 is when E3 became like a huge thing. So
yeah, it started in May 11th through the 13th in 1995 in Los Angeles Convention Center.
So I think they just need to figure out what their space is. They can't just be the everything video game show anymore, because there's other things filling that space. But yeah, that's just my take on it. I really don't have anything else to put on it.
Yeah,
I've always wanted to go, but the tickets they've always been just crazy expensive. And for me to go to Cali, I always wanted to go, but I don't see anything happening anytime soon. Plus,
personally, I feel like they hurt themselves when they I don't know if you guys remember, but there was one year they prevented people like ourselves who were not reporters or part of the companies
to only be press.
That's
and
messed up.
They haven't recovered since.
Yeah, because I mean, if you think about the press, is like, well, why do we need to spend all this money to send people over there, put them in hotels when we can just do it ourselves? Sony can do it themselves. Xbox can do it. Nintendo don't even go. They just do it online. Like they don't need. They're like, well, whatever. We give you 40 minutes of content once a year, and you're gonna keep buying our shit.
Yeah, that's exactly right. You're gonna buy it and you're gonna like it. Yeah, I'm blessed that we live in we all live in a region like DMV where we have this thing called MacFest.
Oh God.
Thank God. Woo. That's my
E3. Jay Leo says they can still be E3, but they'll really have to embrace the electronic entertainment portion, pretty much more than just video games. Like I think you already said anyway, so this comment is pointless. No, I agree, Jay Leo. Like the electronic entertainment thing is where they should go. Like it really should be more than video games. If it turns into a full electronic show, to be honest, I would still want to go. Like if they're showing new VR headsets, new technology, kind of like how CES is. Like I would want to go. Yeah. I think there's more than enough room to fill up space in that aspect.
For sure.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Let's move on to the next news story. This is actually a comic book story. You put this in here, Ian?
Comics? Yes.
I have read a comic villain. I mean, everyone likes it.
So I believe we're back.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on, man. Technical difficulties today. The OBS updated, so you know what that means.
It was Nintendo, and they didn't like us.
That means I got to roll it back. But no, yeah. So we talked. Yeah, Birds of Prey. I do think I don't know why people are upset. If Harley Quinn's in it, I'm for it. I love Harley Quinn. Like, I think, to be honest, I don't think. Not to say that Birds of Prey isn't an important group, but I think Harley Quinn brings like
character
to the group. Like, come on, you got one bad guy and then you got two bad, because Huntress is a bad guy too, ain't it? Yeah, but who really cares about Huntress? Not gonna lie, but Harley Quinn being in it, we'll see. I'm okay with it. I am okay with it. All right. Oh, next news. Oh, you got a question for
I
Shinku?
do actually. Shinku, so I have a lot of competitive gaming questions, but the most important one is, what do you enjoy about being in the competitive space? Because you have a 9-to-5 job, you have a girlfriend, you have a life outside of gaming. What brings you back to competitive gaming? Is it just like the winnings, or is it more than that?
Man, the hype is just something I enjoy so much. When I went to CEO last weekend, I could have done a lot of things. I could have went surfing. I could have played casuals. I could have shopped. I could have explored Daytona. I could have done so many things. But what drew me in the most was the intense matches between so-and-so versus so-and-so on the big stage. And there's just nothing like it, especially when you watch it in person. It's just so fun. And then I got so many friends, like literally all my friends are from the FGC competitive scene. So take that all the way, I ain't got no friends. So that kind of got me. And that's how I kind of know Yano that way back in the day, because there was a Smash player, and I wanted to beat him. I really wanted to beat him more than anything. And then I met Yano, and we trained, and we became really good friends about that. And so that's what draws me to it: competition, meeting people, and having friends.
Right. So you're building the community.
For sure. Yeah. Unless we're like that one kid, the CEO, who threw his controller and headset for Dragon Ball Z.
If that community could just get a little less toxic, I think it'd be in a great place.
Would you want to show the 30-second clip?
There's a clip of it?
Yes. I think it's worth mentioning.
Yeah, let me see if I can find it.
Okay. It's all over Twitter.
How close were you to that taking place?
It happened while I was in the convention itself. I was just watching matches or whatever, and then Punk, who's a known Street Fighter player, he was talking about it. He's like, yeah, this dude threw his headset, this and that. And I thought he was talking about the stream he was watching. I didn't quite understand it. And then I see people gathering, and I see police.
Police?
People, police officer, security, and all this people happening. And I had no idea. And this, I go on my Twitter, and boom, there it is, all over the newsfeed. And people DMing me, Shinku, did you see this kid? Who was this kid?
Here's the clip.
I'm guys,
maybe 10 feet away from this.
Here we go.
Yeah. blow it up. Turn this audio on, of course.
Oh, he threw it at him.
Yeah. I'm on the other side of the room.
How y'all throwing them sticks? Y'all know I get zesty out here.
Hey, yo.
Y'all know niggas be.
That's a body, gang. That's a body.
What's up, Rainbow?
Son. Son. No, hold on.
Yeah.
Nah.
Oh, he threw it at him.
Tries to fight the camera.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, and
Oh.
I believe the guy in the black.
Let's go, bro. What
but
the
I'm not too sure. But he definitely tried to escort him out. He got banned after this. Alex Trevelyan.
So you get to still hit someone. No.
So he wasn't able to come back.
Yeah. So that happened at CEO, right? That you were just at.
Yeah, that's a $120 pass that you just paid for. Came enjoy the
Yeah.
convention. You're
So
gone.
it's kind of crazy because I don't remember what tournament it was before, but we had this 16-year-old that just got cussed at, and everybody was mad at him. And now it's the opposite. We got the 16-year-old that's hitting somebody else.
Yeah.
Like this is wild, man.
Yeah, it's crazy, and I just want to chime in on this really quick because I've been around this so many times. Even I'm guilty of myself getting upset in tournament. Absolutely, I threw my headset through my stick, walk away, cool off. That's the best thing to honestly do. Everyone takes it a different way. What he did, to a certain extent, was fine. But when he came back and tried to fight people and start swinging, you got to go, man. That's where you draw the line. I've seen people throw arcade sticks and controllers and pieces flying everywhere, all kinds of shit. But when you physically try to, harm
Assault someone.
yeah, that's.
So he's
place for
banned
that.
from all tournaments going
No, I
forward
don't think he
locations.
is. I don't think he is. He was banned from CEO.
Yeah, they probably just banned him from CEO
Yeah.
because a lot of the
Probably,
tournaments don't
yeah.
communicate.
Yeah, if he does issue an apology, be like, I'm sorry, they'll probably welcome him back because he's a young kid. He's 16 years old. This is probably his first actual tournament. Maybe he's a Smash player, maybe not. But if he comes back and apologizes or this and that, they'll probably let him in. Because this isn't the worst thing ever. I'm just glad it didn't escalate any worse than it did. Because there has been times like that where, way back in the day, people would be swinging and wait for you in the parking lot.
I just want to make the comment stating that I don't know how he became a Smash player while he playing Dragon Ball Z. So
I will say the reason why is because all these fighting games mesh together, literally, and that's how I got into other fighting games. I started way back in the day when I was a young lad. Started in Melee, then I discovered other games. Brawl came out, hated Brawl. Discovered Street Fighter scene, Street Fighter 4, Tekken, Marvel, all these other games, and I just kept going for me. So these kids, they may start off in Smash, and they go, you know what, this game isn't really for me. I want to try something else. Let me try these because literally, like I said, when you walk in CEO or Evo, or whatever, all these games are just right next to each other. So it's gonna hit your curiosity.
I don't want to. We're getting close to time. BTG. Oh, you're muted at the moment.
Yeah, we only got this is the last story. I don't know if you want to, because you gotta go, Shinku.
Yeah, I gotta get some Chipotle, man.
So yeah, so before you head out, thanks for joining us. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks for answering questions. Before you go, let everybody know where they can find you at.
Guys, thank you so much for having me. Night Kids, I truly can't be more grateful you guys have me on this podcast. I've been bugging Yano for a year. He's like, I'll get you in there. Then he just totally disappeared.
Just know you got bad memory.
Yeah, exactly. So I had to bug Nikolai. Nikolai's like, okay, we got you next week. Well, if I knew that, then I would have told BTG a year ago. But no, you guys can follow me on Twitter. My Twitch handle is at Shinku101. You can also follow my Twitch. You guys hit me up. I try to attend as many locals as possible. It's now that Street Fighter 6 is out. I also offer lessons, trying to get as many new players to play. My next tournament is going to be the Cave, Xanadu, but my next actual kind of ish tournament will be BlurCon.
Oh,
and
wow.
I'll also
Okay.
be at T Convention, which is like 3 weeks after that. So
we'll be at T convention too.
Yeah, I'll be at BlurCon, T Convention. I will be at the Cave and the monthlies and this and that. I fortunately had to cancel on Evo last minute, but it is what it is. It's probably for the best because this inflation is no joke.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah. But, again, thank you guys so much for having me. I got to get some dinner before Chipotle closes. But anything else, have me back next time. I would really appreciate it. Seriously.
All right, man.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you guys so much. You guys have a good night.
Later, you too.
Later.
You too.
Later.
All right. So it's just back to me and you, Yano.
Yes, sir.
So what we are gonna do, we got one news story left. It's not really a news story. I just thought it was super cool. Rainbow said, when are we getting Crimson Comet TV on the stream? I don't know, because I don't even know where Crimson Comet TV's at. He's just like a ghost. He just shows up when he shows up. But he's always welcome to join. You know, he's one of the founders. So
Absolutely.
he just gotta let it be known, brother. Rainbow Kiss said, I would love to see a founder stream. Oh, that would be cool. That would be cool. You probably just hear us ragging on each other the whole time. But that would be cool. But the last news story before we get to games coming out. Okay, we're back again. Look, OBS updated, and I'm gonna roll it back because this is terrible. But I don't know how much you guys heard about the Team Rocket Pokemon Clothesline. It's out. We're just gonna take a look, and then we'll be able to close the show out. But yeah, they're coming out with new clothes, and it looks pretty dope. Here's a slideshow. So here's, why is it so small? I want it bigger.
Oh, it looks nice too. I like that jacket.
All right, yeah. So this is the jacket. Look, it's like simple and clean. I like it. I like it. You got the reversible utility jet vest. It looks nice. Like it. I'm just all about this Team Rocket stuff. You got the hats.
Yeah, the jacket's clean. I like it.
Jay Leo said, dope jacket, can't fit it. They might have this your size, bro. You never know. They got the shorts, the sweater, the hoodie, these pants, fancy fleece shorts.
Oh, I like the hoodie.
They got jogger sweatpants with the R on the side. This jacket is just.
So when did this release?
I'm not sure. I gotta go back and look. You got the Team Rocket t-shirt, big old R.
Yeah, like that big R on there.
You got Team Rocket socks.
You gotta have the socks.
You got like a Team Rocket thermal. I think this is a thermal. That's what it looks like. Oh, long sleeve t-shirt. Yeah, that is it for the clothing. Oh, when does this come out? Let me see. Does it release?
Man, that hoodie and the jacket, I'm sure they're probably in the hundreds, but really dope.
So I don't even know where it's at.
Oh,
is it on their website? Oh, here it is. It's on the PokemonCenter.com. Holy crap, that crap is expensive.
I had a feeling. Whoa.
Oh man. You talking about $100, $120 for the windbreaker. That's pretty crazy.
$20 for the socks.
Crimson Comet said, well, I can make you that. I mean, I can make it too, but then I'm not trying to get sued by Pokemon Center or Nintendo. You know what I mean? Like, oh, they got the bucket hats. They got the black fleece shorts. They got the R hoodie, black on black.
Yeah.
He said, I will draw an R on your shirt. I do like this though. Oh, they got the white too. And the red on red.
That's clean.
It is very clean, but I'm not gonna pay $100. I like it though. It's got the bungee cords in the sleeves.
Yeah.
They make it look nice.
If you're a big Team Rocket fan,
this is swaggy though.
Yeah.
For real.
You're gonna look nice, that's for sure.
I'm all for it. So yeah, go to PokemonCenter.com if y'all trying to get it. All right, and with that was our last news story. So he said we can go to Forestville and get that. So with that, we're gonna go into games releasing this week before the stream crashes again. Who knows? But Destroy All Humans 2 Reprobed single players on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One comes out tomorrow. Story is Seasons of Wonderful Life comes on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series XS, Switch, and PC. AEW Fight Forever comes out June 29th. PlayStation 5, Xbox Series XS, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC. The Lara Croft collection on Switch, June 29th. Crime O'Clock on June 30th on Switch. Everybody 1-2 Switch, which is the new 1-2 Switch game, comes out at the end of the month on June 30th. Ghost Trick Phantom Detective. Oh, both of those games. Ghost Trick Phantom Detective comes out June 30th, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC. Goodbye World is on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series XS, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, June 30th. Master Detective Archives Raincoat is on Switch June 20th or 30th, 2023. And that's it. That's it for today's show. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. Thank you to Shinku 101 for being on the show.
It was great having me.
It was. One day we'll get Crimson Comet on here. Thank you guys for watching. Anything else before?
We'll see you guys Thursday at the moment, and yeah,
okay.
See you then.
All right. Remember, guys, this has been Night Kids After Dark podcast, where gamers discuss gamer things every Monday and Thursday live 8:30 p.m. Eastern on twitch.tv/Team Night Kids. See you guys later.
Later.